Mnaweza keti. Asanteni sana. Wamama mpo? Abahaye mruo? Unyabahaye yose aruo. Asanteni sana. Sasa mtanikubalia kwa sababu ya siku ya leo niweze kusoma ile hotuba rasmi, kwa sababu vile tuko hapa, hii mambo inapeperushwa wote na hii vyombo vya habari na hata wale washikadau ambao tunashiriki nao, so pia wanashirikiana na sisi siku ya leo, hata ikiwa kwamba hawako hapa physically, lakini kupitia virtual participation wako na sisi. So mtaniruhusu niweze kusoma kwa lugha ya Kimombo, alafu tunaweza kuzungumza yetu. Ladies and gentlemen, farmers and stakeholders, mabibi na mabwana. Today we are gathered here to look and celebrate the gains in the agricultural sector through this field day, where the theme is promoting sustainable climate smart agriculture, innovation technologies, and trade for poverty eradication and food security. My government initiated ward-based agricultural sector-driven rural economic revitalization program, which intends to contribute to poverty reduction by 50% and ensure food security and nutrition security for over 142,000 farming households by the year 2027. The farmers should adopt modern agricultural technologies and diversifications to ensure that their pieces of land are fully utilized. Agriculture sector is the backbone of Busia economy, and thus it's critical in creating employment and uplifting the living standards of the people of Busia. It is against this backdrop that agriculture has been identified as one of the key sectors to reduce poverty. This will be achieved through transforming small-scale agriculture from subsistence to innovative, commercially oriented and modern agriculture. My vision is to make Busia great by ensuring that there is sustainable food production that guarantees food on the table and money in the pockets, and surplus for value chain addition and manufacturing, and of course, accessing new markets. We believe in an economy that supports and guarantees not only food security, but ensures income for rural households. We are faced with myriad of challenges in the agricultural sector, such as low productivity, unpredictable weather, pest and disease that affect both our crops and livestock enterprise, low soil fertility and land size reduction, inadequate and unstructured marketing channels, unaffordable mechanization services, high cost of inputs, financial constraints, inadequate inclusivity of vulnerable groups. When I speak about this, you have heard youths who spoke here, who talked about capital. You have heard about farmers here who are saying they have produced cassava, but they have got no market. We have got problems with preservation methods as we were looking around. And those are some of the issues that you can see the relevance of the issues that we are talking about. In the last 1 year, through the different programs under the department, the focus in improving on sustainability and commercializing agriculture by leveraging on innovation and technologies for aggregation, agro-processing, and export-oriented value chain addition through organized value chain based on farmers groups to form cooperative societies. The following programs have been put in place. 1. The National Agriculture Value Chain Development Program, that is the NAV-CDP, which looks at the value chains for rice, bananas, dairy products, and poultry. This is being funded in collaboration with the World Bank. We have got ambition to make Busia one of the biggest rice producer, and we have already done phase 1 for the rice production in Budalangi. If it were not because of the disruptions we are currently facing, we are supposed to launch phase 2. Phase 1 has been able to already give us pushers to almost 8,000 acres, because we used to have around 4,500, and we are adding in another 4,000. That gives us almost 8,500 acres. If we go to phase 2, we are looking at another 10,000 acres that we will be able to obtain in rice production. If we do 2 crops per year, you can already see that we will be at almost 40,000 acres of rice production. And that will be a game changer, not just for Busia, but also for Kenya, which is still importing a lot of rice. 2, through the KELCOP program, the value chains are dairy goats, poultry, and apiculture. This we are doing in collaboration with IFAD. These are the partners that we have brought in. Those who have been around longer, you are aware that the issue of dairy goats is not for the first time. Those who are there before us, even before the governments were devolved, we tried it and it didn't work properly, and you are aware of the challenges. That's why we are talking about technology and innovation. When I was going around, and I think it was the Department of Sese Control, sijui wako wapi, bado wako huko, I was trying to ask them, what is it that they are going to do different from what has been done before, so that we are sustainable. It doesn't make sense we give farmers goats, after a few years, all the animals are dead and we are back to square one. On the area of blue economy, aquaculture business development is a major value chain for us in terms of fish production. Kenya agricultural business development programs that are replacing the SDSP. Busia again has been earmarked as a major area for blue economy, aquaculture. The program we are having here in ATC, if it was not the drawbacks of vandalization, we would be far ahead. But again, we have budgeted to put money to make that program. In fact, there are only 2 in the country. There was one in Machakos and this one here in ATC. Unfortunately, the one in ATC is not working because it was vandalized. And we hope that is not going to happen again, because that is what is going to support our farmers, those who are doing aquaculture in the lake, and those who are also doing them at home through the fish ponds that are being supported. This building you see here is supposed to be an incubation center to help, but you can see it is incomplete. And the board you just mentioned, and we are agreeing with this team that these buildings must be completed. And that's why those who think that there's Asanteni, that there's anything that we are going to stop to support our farmers, our focus is on agriculture. The department has also supported food production in wards by procuring 28.5 tons of certified maize seeds that have supported 7,125 farming households as seed grants. We have also distributed sunflower, that is 2.5 tons of sunflower and 4.5 tons of B2 cotton. I've seen the cotton people here. I know we had challenges when we started during the long rains, but I hope now we are going to get it correct, that we are now planting these short rains. So don't be discouraged. The market is already there. Other than the contract, the MOU that we have already signed with Rivertex, we are also bringing in an American apparel firm that is also partnering with Rivertex, but they are going to be domiciled in the EPZ here in Busia. Those are already negotiations that we are doing, and we are on course, regardless of the challenges that we are having. That Rivertex and the apparel firm from America, we already have got a national agreement. We are now negotiating the county agreement, and once they are ready, I'm sure our county assembly will be brought on board. We have also supported over 3,000 farming households with livestock health and production interventions, whereby 193 households of livestock breed improvement services in Marachi North through artificial insemination. Towards this, we have already collaborated in reducing the cost of seed, which used to cost around 2,500. It is now subsidized to 700 shillings only. So please take advantage and improve your livestock. We are currently offering those services as a county. We have also vaccinated over 40,000 animals, and the exercise is still going on as we have demonstrated here today. We have also equipped 78 slaughterhouses, workers, with the tools that enable them to handle our meat. We have also established bulking plots for fodder plants to support farmers with improved fodder planting material. And I've seen some demonstrations here, but in that area we need to do more because we need more animals. And the grounds that I have seen are still not enough. So Waziri na timu yako, the chief officers who are here, on the issue of bulking feeds for fodder, we need to be very clear. Because as I stand here, a lot of farmers are still struggling to get feed or even reliable source of feed as we move forward. In conjunction with the State Department of Livestock Development and CALRO, we have also conducted mapping for livestock and contributed towards livestock master plan that shall be cascaded further to support interventions in the county. In collaboration with the Climate Change Directorate, we have also established and operationalized 1,056 egg capacity solar-powered incubators that will provide improved poultry breeds and support over 30 households in Nambale and Samia sub-counties. We have also procured and deployed the tractors that you have seen here, and the other ones are coming when? The other tractors, the 20, is it 20 or 30? Huh? The 5 are coming, the budget we have yet to upload. But in total, we want at least a minimum of 35 that we are buying, and I believe the MCAs who are here, the 700 million shillings ambazo mumepata, hata nyinyi nitaona mtaongeza ngapi, lakini hiyo tutazungumuza nyuma ya tent. Si ndio? Kwa sababu umesikia nimewapea milioni 20. Tunataka kuona vile pia ina support these programs that we are talking about here. It is for all of us, I believe. Because this county, we must change it. Na ni sisi tutaibadilisha. So the tractors we are buying, we are bringing another one. And once the budget is uploaded, we are bringing more. And I believe if through the programs that we have given MCAs priority to choose programs that we feel are of priority in their wards, we believe we are going to see something substantial in agriculture to support the programs that we are talking about here today. We are also saying that through these KELCO programs, we are upgrading the Nambale livestock sale yard. We are also procuring fertilizer and distributing. We have already so far done 12,000 bags of fertilizer in what we are calling the last 7 mile stores. That is one store per sub-county. But if you listen, 12,000 is very low compared to what we need to do. If you hear counties like Bungoma, they are talking of 400,000 bags. We can't be talking of 12,000. And Busia, we are endowed with agriculture. My friends, we have got work to do. We can't be talking of 12,000 bags out of 142,000 registered households. At least hata tukiongea mambo ya 1,100 tutakuwa tumesonga pahali. It will mean at least a bag in every household. But here, we are still very low. We need to do far much more, and it is concerted efforts. And I believe we have already recruited the extension officers. Yes. Are they now on board? Yeah. To us to support this, tumeandika and we have recruited the 400 that will also be working very closely with these gentlemen with pikipikis and even you Weshimiwas and the Agriculture Committee. We need you to help us on this. As a county, we also have got over 2,000 fish farmers who have got capacity to do over 565 tons annually through ponds and cages and recirculating systems. And I believe we can do more. We will be launching one of the most ambitious program, and I want to thank our group, Victoria Aqua. We want to thank them. They are already doing something, and we will be launching something again there when? Huh? Next week. Tutakuwa kule Budalangi because they are already expanding. I think you have added another capacity of 400,000? 400,000 fish extra capacity ambao watakuwa wanaongeza next week. So sasa ile wengine wanakaa, some are doing serious business. These people are changing this county and they are helping Busia to be the leading area in blue economy. We want to assure you of full cooperation of the county government. I will avoid to read so many other figures because sijui kama mnazishika zote. Yeah. I also want to talk about the digitization. We are now in the era of digital era, but we don't want to use technology just for politics alone. We also want to use technology to help us to produce. So we want to talk about digitizing our extension services, developing digital agriculture extension platform, onboarding all registered farmers for easy access to agricultural services. We are already doing this with our tractor hires. We are doing this with our artificial insemination, and we'll be doing this with the loans that we are going to give. Previously, we have given out loans through agriculture development support programs, lakini zingine hazijalipwa. So we have now digitized this, and we have brought in partners, Equity Bank, NCBA Bank. They are coming on board. Tukitoa shilingi moja, wanatupatia shilingi 10. So if we put in 50 million, they'll be able to avail 500 million shillings to our farmers. Na hii sio pesa yao, mimi najua. This is also coming from the global funds, but they are being administered through the banks. So it is those counties ambao watakuwa wamejipanga vizuri who will be able to access. The coffee farmers have been accessing this, the tea farmers. It is now our opportunity. And again, I want to urge the assembly, please. On the issue of budgeting, for some of these programs that we have got collaboration, they have conditions. So if we go to the assembly and what the executive is doing, the assembly is not aware, or we are also not aware what we are doing, it just delays implementation of some of these programs because we are not doing them on our own. So I saw there was an issue, a little small issue with the Agriculture Development Fund, but I believe that is something that we are going to correct so that we are onboarded on that program properly. Because we have already signed an MOU to say that Busia, we want to board that program to avail this facility to our farmers and to correct where we failed. And those of you whom we attended the Senate with, these were part of the recommendation from the Senate, that the county government on its own is not able to give those services. Why don't you bring on partners who are able to administer that on your behalf? And those recommendations, I believe, are shared also with the assembly. So we should not agree on one thing and do something again, the opposite of what we have already agreed. The issue about e-vouchers is already here with us. In order to push these extension services, I have said, over 400 youths have gotten opportunities to at least get a job and be trained in agripreneurship. Through our school feeding program, which supports our ECD children, we are saying we are partnering with farmers and cooperatives directly. And currently we have done that too with the rice producing farmers, I think Magombe and somebody else, to produce rice for our school feeding programs. We have also said that we will really wish to map out farmer producer organization and circles in the county. And so far we have only 58 farmer producer organizations and only 86 circles. But we can do better, because my view, again with our partners here, the members of the county assembly, that you are going to be patrons at least of a cooperative society in your ward, to see whatever production line they are in. If they are doing sunflower, if they are doing cassava, if they are doing dairy, we believe you are going to be a patron of one of the cooperatives in your ward as a people's representative, because that's a major program, and these programs are all ward-based. So you adopt whichever you want, but let us be able to support that. We are also planning to support fish farmers, and over 2,000 have been selected through the Aquaculture Business Development Program, which is already ongoing, and already the women in blue economy have been identified and more are still being recruited. Farmers, field schools, and aquaculture support enterprises are already ongoing and groups are being formed. My government plans to expand, of course, the mechanization program. We would wish that at least in the county, we have got more than 100 tractors, so that at least we have got minimum on average 3 tractors per ward. That is not asking for too much. So that when the farming season comes in, there's nobody who is delayed. We are able to do it at the right time, the right way. We have extension people. We are already today launching the motorbikes. We have recruited extension officers. We are already procuring 30% of those tractors. If we collaborate, the other 60% should not be a problem for us. And we'll be through with the issue of mechanization, at least at a level that has been recommended. In policy and legislative framework, the following bills are drafted. The following bills are in draft stage, ready for public stakeholders review and presentation to the cabinet. Agriculture Development Fund, which is at the Assembly. Agriculture Sector Coordination Bill, which is being drafted. Busia County Input Subsidy and Grants Bill, which is being drafted. Agriculture Mechanization Service Bill, which is also being drafted. Agriculture Training Center Bill, because we have talked about this center issue, which is also being drafted, and Livestock Sale Yard Bill, which is also being drafted. So you can see, ndugu zetu in the assembly, we have quite a bit of work in which to collaborate. The field day is supposed to be a way of bringing together farmers across the county so that we are able to educate them on the latest best methods in agricultural practice. They can learn the newest methods and technologies of farming, research, interact with experts, and even service providers. Every day we come to these field days, we always live with something new. Like today I was able to see some other product other than lime that can be used to stabilize the soil. And it is coming from recycled waste that is collected in town here. And it is being done here at ATC. I didn't know that because we have been struggling with acidic soils in Busia that are really causing very low production. So I want to end by saying Busia County has got many opportunities that can be exploited by investors who want to venture into manufacturing and agro-processing. And you are aware, our KIPES, I think one of our MCAs here has mentioned, we could be facing some challenges here and there, but we are determined that it is going to be completed. We are determined because the funds are there. If we didn't have funds, we'll be worried. But those technical issues, I'm sure, are going to be overcome. Those who thought that I have disappeared, I think it is human for any human being to be unwell. But now I'm back. Those things that had slowed down, you are going to see. Our EPZ is also ongoing. And we'll be going there also to see. And as I said, we already have prospective farmers, investors. Other than, again, the problem that we are facing in the country, we were supposed to have advertised for expression of interest in our EPZ. I'm sure that has been delayed, although we had already agreed on it. So hapo ndio mimi naweza kusema kwa upande wetu wa ukulima. Nataka tu pia kumalizia kwa kusema itawezekana tukishikana pamoja. Sio rahisi, lakini tukishikana pamoja itawezekana. Tuwe na chakula na tuzalishe chakula ambayo pia tunaweza kuuza na ingine pia kufanya ile processing. Hapa ATC tumejifunza mengi. Wale walikuwa hapa last time tukiwa na field day, I'm sure today kama umetembea umeona tofauti kidogo. So mimi nataka kushukuru board na the new management. There is some improvement. It gives us quite a bit of hope that if we do more with what we want to do, this place is going to get life as it was expected. Ya mwisho nataka tu kusema najiunga na Madam Commissioner hapa, nimemsikia akizungumza. Na mimi nataka kujiunga na yeye kushukuru watu wa Busia. Yetu inapitia katika hali ngumu na changamoto. Na hiyo ni kawaida. Vile unaichukulia ndio itakupatia matokeo tofauti. Challenges are normal. It's how you handle them, how you behave that gives you different outcomes. Ukienda kule West Africa, nchi ya Burkina Faso, nchi ya Niger, nchi ya Mali, nchi ya Gabon, walipitia changamoto zile sisi tunapitia sasa. Nchi mambo kulikuwa na uchumi haifanyi vizuri. Watu hawana kazi. Vijana hawana maisha. Na wakaweza pia kujieleza. Lakini ukienda kule zile nchi, baada ya vijana kujieleza, hawakupata ile wanataka. Kwa sababu badala yao kupata ile wanataka, majeshi ndiyo ilichukua zile nchi. Ukienda kule Misri, Egypt, pia wale vijana ambao walijitokeza kusema mambo ni mbaya na tunataka mabadiliko, pia kwa bahati mbaya tena, kwa kutokuwa na mipango mizuri, majeshi ndio walichukua. Na wakaweza kuvaa nguo za raia, wakasema basi, sasa mabadiliko iko. Ndugu zetu hapa Sudan, vijana pia walijitokeza. Sio mbali, ni karibu miaka 2-3 imepita. Na wakasema mambo haiendi vizuri. Lakini kwa sababu mipango haikuwa mzuri, mwishowe majeshi ndio ilichukua. Na ukienda kule Sudan hapa sasa, kuna wanaume wawili ambao wamevimba kama ndovu, ndio wanachapana na watu wanakufa. Na wale walisema mambo si mzuri, wengi wako jela na wengine wamekufa. Na ndio sisi, mimi nataka kusema, kutoa shukrani kwenyu kama wakazi wa Busia. Ni kweli tuko na haki ya kujieleza, lakini tujieleze kwa njia ambayo itafanya nchi yetu kuwa bora. Na ndio mimi nataka kusema kama mmoja wenu, vijana wetu wa Gen Z wana malalamishi ambayo inafaa isikizwe. Tunaelewana hiyo? Lakini pia tunasema tusiharibu nchi ili watu wengine nao wakuja ambao hawana nia ya kusaidia Gen Z wateka advantage. Na ndio mimi nilikuwa wa kwanza kumuunga kiongozi wangu mkono Raila Amolo Odinga, kumwambia sisi tuko na maneno mawili. Mimi baba, nimeona sasa umeamua kuwa top diplomat in Africa, and you cannot be a top diplomat in Africa when your country is burning. You must stabilize your country. And to stabilize your country, you can't stabilize your country when you are not talking to each other. Na ndio vile mzee alisema sisi wote ni wa Kenya, lazima tuweze kuzungumuza. Mimi na muunga kiongozi Raila Amolo Odinga mkono mia kwa mia kwa kusema lazima wa Kenya wazungumuze. Tumeelewana hiyo? Sisi tunamuunga mkono hiyo mambo kwa sababu hatutaki watu wamchafulie. He's a top diplomat now kwa Afrika mzima. So huwezi kusema wewe ndio utaenda kuleta amani katika Afrika na watu wanataka wewe zunguke huku useme ati ya watu wasielewani. So I want to thank him. Kenya ni yetu wote. Kuna nafasi sasa jinsi wametusaidia. Wale walikuwa nafikiria ati ndio wako na shares za Kenya, ati ndio shareholders. Now we are all shareholders. Sisi wote ni shareholders. Na mimi nikitoka hapa naenda Nairobi kuhakikisha kwamba hiyo maneno inafanyika. Tumeelewana hiyo? Sisi tumetetea nchi hii na watu wamekufa na watu wamefungwa. Tulikuwa wakati ilikuwa detention without trial. Hata ulikuwa uwezi kuzungumuza. We have come a long way. Hata vyama vingi vilikuwa vikubaliwi. So hawezi anza kututisha sasa, ni kama sisi pia hatujakuwa katika ile street. We have been there. We are battle hardened. Usituone kwamba sasa tunafanya kazi ingine ufikirie tumesahau pahali tulitoka. We have been in the trenches and we know what it means to be in the trenches. Watu wengine ndio wanakula tear gas sahi ambayo imewekwa marashi. Kulikuwanga tear gas kali kabisa. Ukikunywa unakohoa paka unakufa. Mabafu yako yote inapasuka. Because there were no human rights kuangalia hiyo maneno. Wewe ukishikwa detention hakuna mambo ya koti. Wewe unapelekwa Nyayo House kule unaozea huko. Ndugu yetu hapa Adongosi alikufa kule wakitetea hiyo maneno. So don't try to threaten us. Sisi tuko hapa kwa sababu tumepigiwa kura, because Kenya is a democracy. After another 2 to 3 years tutakuwa tena na kura. Wewe pia kuja simama kura wakupigie. Tunaelewana hiyo? But don't tell us to hand over our country to unknown entities. We can't hand over Kenya to unknown entities. We can also go back to the streets if need be. So watu wasitushitue kabisa. Sisi tunamuunga. We know that our leader is wise. He has been through these things. Sisi 2007 tulinyang'anywa kama tumeshinda. Kibaki akaapishwa usiku. But baba akasimama akasema nchi ni kubwa kuliko. What other sacrifice do you now want to tell us here? Tumeelewana hii maneno? Kenyans must talk to each other. We can't destroy this country. Tumeshikana. It doesn't matter who the occupier of the office hata kama hatumtaki. Yes, you're mwenye nchi. He's just there because he was voted for. Now same Kenyans can still vote for somebody else. But Kenyans must be given opportunity to stabilize the country, to take the country forward. So tuendelee kuzungumuza. Na ile maneno vijana wamezungumuza ni ya ukweli, ni shida tuko nazo. Tumeelewana hiyo? Hiyo ni ukweli. Those problems must be sorted out. But that does not mean we should destroy our country. We can't destroy our country. Na hakuna mtu yuko na haki hii Kenya kuliko mwingine. Tunashikana hiyo? So hiyo tuelewane. So watu wa Busia mimi nawapea kongoni. Because anybody, saa ile nyinyi mlikuwa mnakufa hapa, wengine walikuwa nakufa. Sasa shida ni nini? You have seen what it means to die. So mtu asikupigie mastori mingi hapa. Tumeelewana hiyo? So wangapi wanasema tumuunge Raila Amolo Odinga mkono afanye mazungumzo? Mmekubali? Mnakubali hiyo? Basi wacha mimi niende Nairobi ni reinforce mambo ya dialogue. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana mgeni wetu wa heshima gavana. Kabla hujaketi gavana, kuna wakulima